Thriller Bark is an island and a dungeon. According to this sneak peek or this message right here by Binary, what we can basically get from this is that we will get Thriller Bark as a dungeon and an island. Okay, so what happened was Binary today at I believe 9:15, I'm not sure, but 15:42 said for this update I'm going to see if you can add an interactable map to beat the boss, which is probably going to be Gecko Moria. And then it said we will add cool cutscenes, we will have traps, we will have puzzles, and as the last one he doesn't know, and people are happy that he's doing this. But then somebody said, I swear if Thriller Bark is a dungeon and not an island, I'ma go with beast mode. Imp face emoji. And basically he said there will be a dungeon and an island. So what my point is, why will he say this? Why will he not say an own island or a different dungeon? This must mean that there will be an island for Thriller Bark and a Thriller Bark themed dungeon. But of course there will not be copies, but they will be probably very similar. Maybe it's be in a certain area of Thriller Bark where they'll have as a dungeon. And guys, listen, this is not a regular dungeon like you get in, like, you know, if you go like in Arena Hub and you click the dungeons, like, you know, where the people and the NPCs rush towards you. This is rather a dungeon similar to the Cupid's Queen's dungeon, but this is a permanent one, so we might be getting the Cupid's Queen dungeon Thriller Bark version, but permanently. And you know how easy it is to get Devil Fruits on the you know, Cupid's Queen dungeon, because it literally takes, I don't know, 5 minutes to 10 minutes to do, while regular dungeons takes 20 minutes, and you actually have to, you know, it's harder in a way. It's a lot harder than regular Cupid's dungeons. So my point is, this right here is an exceptional. Now, if they make the fruits drop in the Thriller Bark dungeon, this means that we will be able to get basically forever our own version of the Cupid's dungeon. The reason Cupid's dungeon was so good and why everybody is doing it is because how easy it is, because the NPCs are weak, and how quick it goes. Like, it goes like 5 minutes if you're going super fast, you know, 5 minutes to 10 minutes depends on, you know, the player and the different they have. But yeah, 5 minutes to 10 minutes at most, you know, and you'd be speeding through the dungeon and you'd getting a Devil Fruit. You could do 2 Cupid's dungeon in the span of 1 regular dungeon. Imagine you could get 2 Devil Fruits in the span where you could get 1 in a regular dungeon, which you need a lot more effort and energy, and the energy comes from your body, which will make you tired, so you cannot do as much dungeons. The regular dungeons takes more energy from your body because you have to click, you have to sit there for 20 minutes straight, just completely focus, and the later stage, and it gets difficult, you know, over time. You know, the Cupid's Queen and stuff, they're not that difficult when you can cheese them and stuff like that, but you cannot really cheese these ways because there's nothing really to, you know, cheese with in regular dungeons. But let's be honest now, it's just amazing to see this news. But let's talk about, instead of talking just about dungeon, let's talk about the Thriller Bark map. He said there will be an interactable map to beat the boss. Now, an interactable map will probably mean that you can interact with the map like very similar to the Christmas event we had, where you could, you know, spawn the boss, so like the crocodile as well as the alabaster, you could spawn the boss. Maybe if you get a bunch of zombies and you collect their, you know, shadows, maybe you can spawn Gecko Moria and you can get his drops. If that's how it works, that'd be very nice, and it'd be added this extra layer, you know, to summoning this person, and it'd be pretty nice. And then he said there will be cool cutscenes. Yeah, I really like when there's cutscenes for bosses. It makes the boss fight iconic. It doesn't seem like you're just hitting on a larger NPC with more health. This makes it seem like an actual boss fight. And he said traps. we be getting traps. Now traps are something completely new to GPO. Usually there are no traps. Puzzles though are something that we have had, especially the fishman maze. You can consider a maze a puzzle, I guess, but yeah, that's one kind of a puzzle. But yeah, when they add puzzles, that makes this update 100 times better. I heard Beniri is the one, you know, making all this creative dungeon stuff and proposing it to for you, and this is why I gotta respect him. He's the only one really, you know, giving us sneak peeks. He's the only one proposing creative ideas and not just recreating every update, but like something new, you know, just a new boss, new island, and new stuff. He adds like creativity, he adds new dungeons. I think he might be the one to propose the cupids. I could be wrong, but if he was to do that, you know, he's smart. And now we're getting a permanent one. Tell me in the comments, what do you think? Do you think this is exceptional? Because I think this is a good update, because just from what we've seen here, this is an amazing update. I can't be more hyped because I want to do the dungeons. I want to farm the fruits on the filler bark that you come on, man, come on, and check out my video I made yesterday on the mochi fruit.